Welcome, Ashes, party of 5. Your table is ready. The first round is on us. Hey everybody, welcome back to another podcast with us. We're going to be changing our podcast a little bit coming up soon, so there's a lot of changes coming up in today's discussion, as well as updates and news items. And we're going to be changing the podcast a little bit with how it works, as far as the rotation and things like that. So if that sounds exciting, stick around. Meanwhile, hi, I'm Chibi Bree. I'm one of your co-hosts, and the other co-host is right here with me, Virtek.
Hello.
So, I'll go ahead and introduce ourselves and do it. So, I like to stream. I enjoy streaming. I also make videos on AshesofCreation on my YouTube, and I try to keep up with a gaming Instagram where I post highlights and stuff, but I'm working on that still.
And Virtek here, DJ Virtek. You'll find me at one of those names or another, every which way. I'm terrible with social media presence, but I'm gonna try and get better. We'll see what happens. Just building up my my Instagram, speaking of which, but mine is gonna be starting more on photo stuff because I'm interested in it. I got a boatload of pictures. I just need to edit them and get them uploaded. So we'll see what happens there.
And I know we've been gone for a while. Oh gosh, hold on. Okay, I know we've been gone for a while, but there was like a long holiday break where we weren't able to actually podcast or do anything with the community. So right now we're working on getting back onto that. This is our third podcast back in a row, so going strong so far, and planning on keeping it that way too.
Absolutely. We've been gone for way too long.
Okay, well, the reason why there's two of us is that we're scheduling between 4 people, which is kind of crazy. So we ended up deciding to simplify because on a regular basis, Damien and I, or Virtek and I, can tend to have the same schedule as far as I'm really flexible since, you know, he's kind of like right there. And for other people, it's not quite so easy. So yeah, we just decided to bring it down to 2 people with our guest on. Did you want to chat more on that?
Yeah. So, I mean, if anybody has questions on it, well, for surely I can guarantee there was no like drama or anything that caused any kind of like a breakup of the group. Nobody got divorced. It's just simply that, like she was saying, it's a scheduling issue. Like 2 people, it's all right. Especially when we live together, we can adjust around it and, you know, make things work. We can help each other and make it work. When it comes to 4 people in 3 completely different areas and 3 completely different unique situations, or 4 really, as far as life, it gets really hard because people have family and other obligations, like even their normal work, which actually pays them. So they kind of need to show up to that stuff, and they kind of need to take care of the bills and family stuff. It just got a little bit rough, but we figure with 2 of us and we get the occasional guest on, which, by the way, we'll be including Reckless and Proxy from time to time, then it'll be a little bit easier. Because when there's a special event to show up for, hey, we have a podcast, and you're going to be showing up and joining them on a podcast, a singular one, then it's a little bit easier to spot that time off on a calendar and be able to justify it to whatever other plans they need to make around it. All right. Well, I'll give a brief synopsis of everything else thus far then. So basically, like we had our podcast going really well there for a while. We had to take off for a holiday break, you know, from late November, December, and early January. We had a lot of traveling to do, people coming to see us, just things going on, and we decided it would be easier to just say, hey, we'll be back. And then we came back. Part of the issues that we had when coming back were scheduling conflicts with the fact that we had 4 people who were on all of the previous podcasts. It was really fun. It was really great doing that structure, but it was really, really tough to make sure we could all be there at the same time, same day, and be able to really get a good recording in. And so we decided we're going to thin back, just the two of us, just Chibi and I. And we're going to bring occasional guests in, which are going to include Proxy, Dust Proxy, and Reckless. And we're going to change up the format a bit. Instead of doing, previously we'd do about 45 minutes to 50 minutes or so, where we'd have all four of us, we'd ask a question, we'd all give our own individual viewpoints on it, because we all four had kind of completely different takes on the game. So it was really neat to see the different perspectives. But Chibi and I are different enough that I think it'll still be interesting in that aspect. But the structure is going to change a bit. We're going to cover a bit more news, which, I mean, a lot of podcasts do and all, but we're just going to cover the news portion is going to be a small portion of our podcast still. Just the big stuff, the major bullet points, really. And maybe some of the harder, the harder to find breaking news, the things that just happened that day or the day before, that type of thing. Aside from that, we'll be doing some community spotlights. We're going to bring to light different guilds, different people who are acting on the forums and out in the community, doing things for the community or within it. Artists, other streamers, other YouTubers, people who create content. We're going to actually bring them into our community and show them off kind of what they do and announce them to people who may or may not have found them just yet.
And also, we are going to be doing things such as any updates that we have for our own stuff as well for Ashes of Creation. For example, I do a lot of YouTube stuff, so I'll also kind of announce any upcoming videos I have for the week, etc. As well as maybe shout out a few streamers or other podcasts that you guys might be interested in. Because some of our other friends, they do things like theory crafting and debating and things like that. And yeah, another thing that we're going to be doing is a podcast name change. Ash's Party of Five was initially supposed to be like this idea, and it's still going to be round table in a way, but this idea of like a round table in a tavern kind of feel, very chill, very laid back, very just kind of chatting and enjoying each other's company, you know? And instead we're gonna go with what we decided to call our tavern name, actually, was the Golden Feather. Which is, funny enough, it's the Golden Feather, a podcast Reborn. So we're going to call it the Golden Feather because it represents like the fiery phoenix, like one of the feathers, and it's very Ashes of Creation oriented and in its feeling and its core, and still giving you that, hey, come chat with us, we're a tavern kind of situation. So yeah. As far as our official podcast times, we're doing this every Friday at 5 p.m. PST, and we will also be doing individual gaming streams with the Golden Feather podcast. So, for example, I usually stream on my own. Thank you, Asmofel. I'm glad you like the name. I usually stream on my own, but for example, maybe on, I don't know, Thursdays, I will stream for like an hour using the Golden Feather and kind of come and hang out with you. Thank you, Ashes of Creation. If you guys don't follow them, you should follow their official account. That is their official account right there. They do live streams, and they bring up community updates, and that's where we get a lot of our information from, as well as the official Discord for Ashes. Yay! Did you want to chat about anything that you're going to be doing, gaming or not, for yours?
Oh man, oh man, oh man. So I have a lot of stuff planned. The only problem is coming up with the time. That's always the issue though, right? So we got this podcast going, and we're going to actually start devoting more time to it since we're expanding out what we cover with each podcast. So like I said, the community thing especially is going to be a big one for us, because we want to bring everybody out that we possibly can. If somebody's doing something really neat, like we want to make sure that everybody that can possibly notice them and their efforts is able to see them. We want them to be recognized for what they do. So that's a big one. But as far as my other projects, so I'm going to be streaming video games as well, bouncing between things like Kingdom Hearts 3 as she is, the Ashes alpha and beta whenever it's up and available. I'll be doing probably Anthem. Just saying, keep a lookout for that. That's seeming pretty fun. I played the little demo for a couple hours and I actually really liked it. The only thing lacking so far has been some of the story and really caring about the characters, but the demo was specifically not supposed to be about that. But anyway, I digress. I'm also going to be doing a little bit more activity eventually on my Twitter page, or not Twitter, my Twitch page specifically. I'm going to be doing music-related stuff. I DJ, so I'm going to be trying to put together like hour-long, no copyright attached type sets. Getting stuff from like no copyright sounds and such, where they're not copyrighted and they're actually putting the sound out there for people to use during their podcasts and during their streams, their game streams. So I want to actually put together continuous mixes with themes, like some that are chill, some that are a specific type of music, some that are like boss fight friendly. That way they can smash a button and start playing like their boss fight cue, and it'll get tense and dramatic and raw. But we'll see what happens with that. It'll be a fun little project for sure. Photography, trying to get more into that.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, he does photography for my cosplay stuff, like behind the scenes and whatnot, so it's really cool. You'll see all the behind the scenes as well as like any photos he takes of me. Sorry, I just had to like jump in there and say that real quick.
I've been taking a lot of photos, especially the behind the scenes stuff for hers, which ironically enough, I've turned out what I would personally say were some really great photos. While doing behind the scenes stuff, I would snap an actual photo or two, and not to toot my own horn, but toodaloo, a couple of them turned out, I think, better than some of the photographers when they were taking them. And they've been doing it a little bit longer, so I'm kind of especially proud of that. But the only problem is I have them in my need to edit pile instead of actually edited. And
can I mention that need to edit pile is like a year long now?
Yeah, I've got like a couple hundred I could probably put out by now. But yeah, that's going to be something I'm going to try and take care of a large part of in the next week or two. That way my Instagram is going to blow up. It'll go from having one picture, my profile picture, to having probably like 500 pictures within the next month is up. So we'll see what goes on there.
And as for me, I will be cosplaying. Well, yeah, I will be cosplaying for my streams on my personal Twitch. But I might do a cosplay in one of my streams, so you guys can get a taste of what my normal streams on my channel are like. And as well as definitely playing some of that Ashes stuff, because I'm a bit sad it's not up right now, because I would totally go and play that and, you know, let you guys see some of that gameplay, because it's really nice. I'm enjoying it. I mean, I don't really like the VR, but I'm enjoying collecting stuff. And I mean, I had this really awesome moment last weekend where I was the last one alive of my group, and I suck at PvP. I died, just to go ahead and put the bummer out there. I already died in this clip, but I managed to kill another person off with a wand, just by like maniacally clicking like crazy to try to save my life, and then I died like right after.
Oh, it was great. But yeah, you bring up a good point. Like, I'm not a big BR person myself either, but those cosmetics, man, I am a cosmetic collector, so I mean that's gonna get me in there to play a lot of it. If it were up right now, as she said, I'd probably be itching to get back to it. Because, man, you only got a certain amount of time to get back up to level 50, or not even back up, just get up to level 50 inside the cosmetic benefit area. Like, there's a little quest. It's really neat how they did it. I really liked it. But
on that topic, though, real quick, for those of you who don't know, Ashes of Creation Apocalypse beta situation, it is free to play currently. It's not up right now, but when they do have the beta testing up, it's free. So all you have to do is create an account and download the client, and you're able to play as long as it's up. There are things that you can buy, like there's the legendary path, which is what we're talking about, that has more cosmetics that you can get. But just playing in general for free, like think of the legendary path as like Fortnite's like season pass kind of thing. Just it lasts for like 10 weeks, and then after that the chapter is done and it goes on to a new chapter. Right now I think we're about to enter week 7 the next time we stream. And also, as Mofel, I saw your question. We're just gonna get back to that towards the end. But I have it here. You're not being forgotten. Don't worry. But yeah, basically, what regarding his question, actually, Virtek and I are PI level backers for the game, and that is automatically opened for us. So we get access to the legendary thing. Legendary path, legendary thing. But it's like a perk, but it's really cool. And I'm really hoping that in the future there's something that we can do as like a giveaway for you guys. Maybe if we get enough supporters, we'll be able to get into maybe one of the more official podcast streams for Ashes, and their content creators are given things to give away. So hopefully we can get to that point and we can give you guys some awesome stuff. And in the meantime, I'm gonna keep poking and prodding to see what I can give you guys. If anything, maybe I can give you guys like a $25 gift card for PayPal or something, and then you can use that towards cosmetics online or something like that. I don't know. We're figuring that stuff out, but we have tons of plans for you guys coming up.
Worst case scenario, buying into the PI, we definitely have plenty of alpha and beta keys to give away. Well, beta keys. We don't have alpha keys to give away, but beta keys. There's going to be plenty of those being given away. So keep a lookout for those. As soon as we get them in our grubby little hands, they're probably going to start filtering their way out to you guys.
And as far as the state of where Ashes of Creation, the game, so let me just take a quick sidestep because I don't think everybody here is aware of Ashes of Creation, everything around it. But Ashes of Creation and Ashes of Creation Apocalypse are two separate things now. The Apocalypse is a side standalone. It's kind of like a trio of game modes that you can play. And Ashes of Creation is the actual MMORPG, which they are still in the works of building. So right now it's not even Alpha 1 yet. They're working very closely towards getting to Alpha 1. But with this shift, they're able to use the Apocalypse to get in a lot of information key towards building the MMO and making it less buggy. So the Apocalypse has like a dual purpose there, a free-for-all for us to be able to play and do while we're waiting for the MMORPG to come out, and also the testing side for them so that there's any bugs they can correct it, and also be on the lookout for that in the actual MMORPG ahead of time, making the game a lot better when it first initially launches.
That's what it's all about. Find it now, fix it now. Don't worry about it later when it goes live.
Yeah. So I guess we'll go ahead and move on to personal updates. I am in college now, so my time throughout the week is limited. I spend about 25 hours a week studying because I've learned the hard way. If something is a difficult class for you to do, then you need to spend a lot of extra time doing that, even if it means a crazy amount of time. But hey, at the end, you're going to be really proud that you spent all that time and got the A, because it's a lot better than failing and having to retake the class again. As well as I stream twice a week on my own personal stream, Chibi Bree, on here on Twitch, and I also do YouTube videos every Thursday. And also, I don't want to leave this part out. We are affiliated with Twitch. So if you guys are enjoying the content so far and you want to support us, you can give us a subscribe if you're interested. And that brings you into a whole like super private subscribers only area within our Discord, but in general you can give us a follow if you are enjoying this, and join our Discord, and we post up a lot of information, and Even you can even currently see the behind the scenes changes of us going from Ash's party of 5 to the Golden Feather. And also, if you guys ever have a topic that you want us to talk about, that's the place to shoot it, right there, and give us some ideas. Like, if there's something that you're hearing that you would like our opinion on, we're totally open to that too.
Absolutely.
So we're just trying to build a little community, you know?
You want it, we'll do it. You just gotta let us know.
Well, depending on what it is.
But yeah, fair enough. It's kind of like the disclaimer of instead of going AMA, it's AMAA for almost anything. Although we could actually name ours AMAAA. Ask me anything about Ashes.
Oh my gosh.
AMAA. There we go. AM AAA.
See what I have to deal with. But yes, we love building a community, and we want to be able to be a place where you guys can come and chat about Ashes and meet other people and just enjoy yourselves. And also looking towards being towards community heart. Also looking towards finding new people. That's why we are labeling ourselves as podcast and not as the video game, because people who already know about the video game will know to look for the video game, but people who don't know, maybe we can be your intro podcast. And I know my YouTube series specifically is geared towards people who have no idea about what Ashes is even about. So as more information is coming in, and we're also waiting for that for our podcast, we'll be able to give more information out. Send notes. What?
Please send notes.
But yeah, so let us know what you guys are interested in. Currently I'm working on building my my cosplay portfolio and my gaming Twitch, so those are the two things I'm focused on outside of school and work. So what about you? What are your goals?
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of school, I'm going to toot my own horn on this for a while. I finished up my master's degree. Hoo-ha. Finished that up in December, actually. That was one of the reasons why we were taking the holiday break, because I really needed to buckle down for that. Yeah, master's degrees are tough. They're not easy. Not easy. If anybody's considering one, I would, if it goes anything like mine was cybersecurity. Hey, thank you on the GG. Appreciate it. And thank you for the grats there, would you? But yeah, it's at least with cybersecurity, it was a lot of testing on what you should quote unquote already know, rather than actually educating and teaching new concepts. So with me not having really a career in cybersecurity yet, it was tough. I had a lot of research I needed to do. A lot of research. I guarantee there were many, many, many weeks during my my master's where I spent like, say 40 hours a week, 45 hours a week on school alone. It's pretty bananas.
I'd come home and he'd be doing homework from like the time that he got home to the time he went to bed. So during that entire time, I'm like trying to like make food and like clean around the house and try to help out a little bit, you know, because I go to college too. My degree or my major is software engineering, so I understand, but I don't understand to that level. So I try to, you know, help out on the other side of things. But that's kind of what drew us together. For one, we met through AshesofCreation Discord, and we're chatting and hanging out, and then, you know, said, hey, I kind of like you. And then he moved out here and never left. What? I'm just kidding.
I was stolen.
And then he also goes to college like I do, or went to college like I do. So he understood the whole time for schoolwork and whatnot. So yeah, it just, I don't know. And here we are making a podcast. So we're doing things in life, guys.
Yeah, you hear that? Ashes of Creation. You've got lifelong fans, because we would not have met each other had it not been for you. Just saying.
Yeah, pretty much. A couple of geeks. Yeah, heart from me too. Alright, any questions you guys have? AMA, I'm gonna scroll back up because I saw it was Asmafel's question. He was asking us, how has the Phoenix Initiative been worth it for us?
Oh man, I could talk forever on that. But the main point being, I would say an emphatic yes. Although it's a trial in itself, it really is, especially when we're trying to do podcasts and trying to do some kind of content creation, because we always have to keep in mind, like, wait, can we even talk about that? Wait, is that even? Wait, we have to research everything to find out, was that something they talked about in public, because we think it was, but we need to make sure. But yeah, outside of that difficulty, yes, it's definitely worth it. It's its own separate fun little community. Like, everyone talks with each other, everyone's like happy, friendly, like conversational, like all the time on a constant basis. And yeah, it is fun to get the occasional like random bit of info, like, hey guys, check this out. Oh, gee. And even though like half the time it's just a little bit before everybody else, they find out about it, say the live stream the following week or something. But still, it's nice to get the little bits of information that don't really make it out for quite a while.
And from my perspective, that one convinced me to go up to PI. But I initially was, I believe, leader of men, whatever the one below that level was. And I really enjoy PI. I enjoy the behind-the-scenes kind of looks because for a while there, before we got our community manager and our, I forgot what her position was. I see him, but it's not community
marketing manager?
Something like that, yeah. Content manager, maybe. I don't know. But basically, before they came along, like we were kind of like, so is anything happening? And then they'd be like, oh yeah, here's some stuff. And then when I got into PI, there was like a lot more of like, oh yeah, here's stuff, guys. And we're like, yay, stuff. But just, I don't know, for me it was worth it, that, and also to be able to give you guys some more community marketing lead. Thank you. I knew it was a C. Community marketing, not community manager. The second M was the one that was different. Thank you so much, Witcher.
Toast the community manager.
Right.
Senior community manager. That's right.
Right. They just hired her on too. So I'm really glad to see that we have those two awesome ladies working with us, because we all know from the Ashes community, we all know that they've needed that for a little while. And so it's really nice to see, like, what is it? Oh my gosh. It's already been like, what, 2 years now? Since like in May from the Kickstarter?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So like 2 years from when I first found Ashes, I'm seeing a lot of awesome growth with Ashes. Not to mention, I mean, behind us you can see the content that they've put out a long time ago, but it's still content that they've already made and they're continuing to make, and the BR is just one good example of that. So we're really enjoying it. I think when it comes down to it, I'm able to give you guys free keys because, I mean, you guys are awesome. And also we're able to kind of be able to better plan what we're going to be talking about. We just have to wait for it to go public first. But it does help give us ideas of like, okay, yeah, that would be really cool to cover in this aspect, and this might be somebody we'd like to chat with. But yeah, I think, did we mention the community spotlight already with the whole giving interview?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
But real quick, I'm gonna actually use a quick second of airplay here for.
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you to Maggie and Toast, because we can already notice a difference. Like, we were talking about this, like, there's already a big difference in just the communication that's coming out and the clarity of said communication, which has been really awesome. Like, we can see that there's massive effort going into the presentation of data and getting it out to people in both timely and interesting fashions. So by all means, like, keep doing what you're doing, keep on that track. It's going really well.
And I'm gonna call out Cambiguous for them awesome memes. Just keep them coming. Keep them coming. But yeah, ultimately, just to kind of wrap this little thing up here, actually, before I completely wrap it up, I'm gonna open up a new Pandora's box, and why don't we chat about you and I, our dynamic within Ashes of Creation and within the podcast, and like the ideas that we have for an upcoming banner and whatnot.
Hey, go ahead and start it off there.
All right, so for those of you who don't know, I primarily play healer or cleric in this game. I'm especially looking forward to the High Priest coming up in the Castle Sieges because I want to see how it plays, and I'm interested in seeing the fact that Ashes is making clerics up front with the rest of the party, you know, instead of like World of Warcraft where as a holy priest I was like in the back just like casting my little spells and trying to stay out of bad stuff. But I'm pretty excited about that, and I like the fact that they still use stabs but they can use other things as well. And I mean, any class can ultimately use anything, but there are benefits to using specific weapons. And I'm just really excited to be able to eventually get to the character creation part so I can create my little Chibi Bree cleric girl. And yeah, what he does though, I don't, maybe one day we might do like a role swap stream where like I do his role and then he does healing. He already likes healing, but I don't like tanking.
Yeah, me, I'm tank. I am interested in all things tank. I have been since day one of ever playing an MMO at all. Like, tank is just where I live. But I have become interested in the past couple years in healing, because mainly, you know what, I say past couple years, but I mean it goes back to like Cataclysm. Yep, you guessed it, Woodchip. Spot on. But yeah, when Cataclysm hit with WoW. Everybody was crying about how much healing is terrible. It's so rough and it's impossible to heal. And one of my favorite classes was a druid at the time. And someone said druid healing is impossible, and everyone stopped healing with a druid. And I said, you know what? Challenge accepted. I'm gonna dive in there. And I kind of fell in love with healing at that point. I wasn't a big healer before then, but from that point forward, I actually grew to love it a lot.
Similar for me.
Yeah. But I'm also excited about the fact that the healer is in this game is going to be right up front with the battle. Like you're going to be right in there with the melee saying, hey, keep me alive because I'm going to keep you alive. How about that? Hey? Literally back to back with tanks and fighters and rogues and such. It's going to be really interesting. But back to the matter at hand, tanks. All things tank. I cannot wait to see what the secondaries do to this class. Like I want to be able to summon a gaggle of little creatures that are going to help me like lock down or like crowd control enemies that are trying to attack my party, or whatever the case may be. Like however it's going to go about. I have zero expectations for any of the secondaries. I have hopes though. Like I was really excited in one of the live streams when Steven and Jeff said that any class can be viable in any role, because I really want to try. Like, I don't know, granted, it's probably going to be a lot weaker than a regular tank main, but I want to try some of the main classes with the tank off or secondary. That way I can just experience a little bit of, hey, in a pinch, I'm going to just off tank for 10 seconds while the tank gets rid of a debuff or something. And then I'll go back to being a DPS or a healer or whatever. And see how that plays out. But, yeah. 64 different classes, man. This has me boggled. Like there's one main class for a tank, but there are 8 variations on it. I'm excited to try them all. Every last one of them.
Yeah, I'm personally, like, the 3 clerics I'm excited for the most are Shaman, Oracle, and High Priest. So I'm really, obviously, ecstatic that I get to try out a class kit version of the High Priest early on, because it seems so exciting to me, you know? And yes, we are a healer tank couple, but the way that I also came into healing was I officially started World of Warcraft back when I was like going on 12 years ago. Back when I was a little thing. I was like 13. and I was playing with my dad over at his house, and he had his main account and I had his secondary account, and I had like my little ranger girl, and I was enjoying being a hunter. But then one day when I got older, I was like, this hunter is boring, I want to try something else. So I switched over, and like I kept going between different DPS, and some of them are fun, but none of them gave me the satisfaction that like coming through at the very end with a massive heal that saved everybody in a raid felt like. And it just, I had that satisfaction of of being able to heal people and be there, you know. So yeah, and we're hoping to maybe make we're looking around for the community to find somebody who does drawing and whatnot, because we'd like to kind of do a recreation of maybe, I don't know what race he's going to be. I'm totally going to be an elf, but maybe a tank, like him as a tank facing one direction and me back to back with him as a cleric, kind of like looking over my shoulder, facing like the opposite direction, obviously. But yeah, and I thought that would be kind of cool, because that's, you know, who we are. It just happened like that. I don't know. Elf master race, hell yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm totally gonna be ready to duck, because she's already said she's not good at DPS, and swinging a staff around near me. Glad I'm wearing a helmet. Just saying.
You know, you want to get hit by that, because according to the class kits, if I hit you, I heal you. So it can't be that bad, right? It's just, you know,
I love it.
it's painful love. I love you.
So good.
I love you, but I have to hurt you to heal you.
Yeah, I'm super curious about the astrological orcs, I guess would be the best term for them, because I forget their actual name, the race name itself. I know I'm terrible, but all I know is they are all about their stars and their mystic beliefs, and I haven't heard of that with orcs, like actually being like peaceful and looking to the stars for guidance type of thing. So I'm really, really, really interested in the lore behind that race. I want to see it. I want to experience it.
Let's see. I think that about wraps up everything. The Vec.
The Vec, yes.
Yeah.
Good save.
Thank you, AshesofCreation. There's also, I'm just gonna kind of plug them in a little bit, because I personally use them for my YouTube videos, and they are in our Discord chat. So if you ever need any information whatsoever, I follow a very specific wiki, the AshesofCreation .wiki page, and they also have a bot that we have in our Discord. So if there was ever anything that you wanted to look up, for example, the Vec, if you were trying to figure out more information on that, you could just do some command and type in the Vec afterwards, and it'll give you a link straight to it, and you can find out all the information that you can get currently on them. And I support them specifically because not only am I like in their little group, but I'm in their group and I see how much time and effort they put into whenever there's a stream, correcting anything and everything possible to make sure it's lining up as closely as to what Intrepid is saying as a whole. So for me, I feel like they're one of the more factual, I want to say, but that's not to discount any of the others. There's tons of AshesofCreation wikis out there. It just, when comparing, I tended to come back to them most of the time because they had more of the information behind it. I see them working on it every single week. I'm sorry, what? I didn't hear you.
My mic got reversed. Whoops. But yeah, I was saying there's nothing wrong with having a favorite, especially with someone who works so hard on it.
Yeah, I agree. And I also love that they give references. So if there's something I'm reading and I want to know more about it, I can just click on a little number that they put in there, go down to the reference, and it goes back to one of the live streams. And I can just sit there and listen to the live stream for however long to get all the information straight from the stream. But yeah, ASC's stream with sound problems, go figure. Well,
Yeah,
we're
funny
using...
thing.
We're using a thing called mic mute because we are right next to each other. So if we both had our mics open, you would hear tons of echo. So I'm also personally muting my mic within the OBS program. So that way there's not any overlay for you guys. But yeah, do you guys have any questions for us? We'll be happy to answer any and all. Like, it doesn't matter how silly. It could be Ashes of Creation oriented, it could be us oriented. Almost nothing. That was a shout out to Ashes of Creation. Most definitely. I mean, in the end, they're who we're doing content on, so...
It was a tribute. It was a tribute.
Yeah, tribute, there you go. A thank you.
Yeah, also thank you, Woodchip, for the description there, because yes, that's exactly it. That description right there is why I want to play the Vec, because that is just a completely unique take on it, and it's fantastic. I read that and said, wow, I really want to know more about this. I want to know more about this. Why did this description end so soon?
Zuzan wants to know.
Yeah, the G933s, this is like the snow something version. I love them. Everything about them I love. Not a single thing that I dislike about these things.
And if anybody, and this is going to be like a side note, and I'm so sorry, but if anybody has any ideas of where I can get a really cute pink headset, please let me know. But they have to be good. They can't just be pink. They have to be at least like decent level pink headphones. Because I'm working on getting some. I don't know. I like pink, guys, if that's not obvious. But, yeah, and that kind of makes me, I think I want to make my Oracle the Vec, because it feels more like it would align with that race as far as, like, lore goes, you know?
Yeah, I think so too.
But, a little $20 can ear headset. No, I don't want the cat ear headsets. I mean, I do, but I'm looking at the Razer ones, but, you know, if I was a mechanical engineer, I would make a headset where I could have like the cat ears move whenever you guys like follow or subscribe. I thought that would be kind of cute, or like light up maybe. That'd be cute. Yeah. Oh, the Kraken. I love the Kraken set. I've been having my eye on them forever. Oh, and
yeah, also the Quartz, I think it was called.
Yes,
Quartz. It
Quartz.
was all bright pink.
Yeah, both of those, Kraken and Quartz. I'm into both of those. But I was gonna say on the side note, and yes, this is also partially because you guys are in here. Just saying. Virtek and I are gonna be getting some official Ashes of Creation shirts. We already had sweatshirts at one point, but I've had mine for going on 2 years now, so it is very well worn in, and I need a new one. So I think we're gonna kind of start streaming in the Ashes of Creation shirts when we do our podcast, because after all, trying to rep the brand, you know, and you guys can also, if you're wanting one, get it from their shop, AshesofCreation.com, and then they have a shop section. Oh, how could we forget? Unless you want to talk about more about that next time, the new cosmetics out.
Oh, I'll talk about them right now. Talk about them both times, because they're looking pretty vicious. I love them. I love them all. I'm buying them all. Maybe not with this paycheck right now, but next week I'm buying every single one of them, because there's not one of them that I dislike or just have a meh feeling about. Like, they're all fantastic. Dragons, I'm obsessed. We have, like she said, we have the hoodies, but we wore them kind of every day. So
sorry about
when
that.
wearing them every day, everywhere we went, they kind of started to get stretched out and whatnot. And now we're like, yeah, it's time to replace them, because, you know, this long after the fact. yeah, they've got some good mileage on them.
I forgot that I have keybinds, so when I was writing thank you, I changed it back to the intro. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna probably remove those keybinds though, because they're not as useful as I thought they were going to be. I can just kind of click over there and have the next thing ready and then just transition. But I don't think they shipped the EU for clothes from the store. Oh no! You know what? That just gave me an idea. That could be a giveaway thing.
Yeah.
Maybe for our subscribers though, because that'll cost a little bit of money, depending on where people are.
Yeah, that'll cost us a little bit of loot, but yeah, subscriber giveaway, we could definitely include some clothing in that and kind of put the
like lanyards and yeah.
Yeah, get some lanyards, like mouse pads, like a shirt here or there, a hoodie, and ship it all out. So yeah. That might be something we can do in the future. Stay tuned.
Yeah, and also Z, if I find out any information as far as when they'll be opening the shipping for EU, then I'll let you know as far as any updates on that. But I do know that they were working this last weekend on getting the EU servers up and going for beta, the Apocalypse beta stuff. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, I'll be covering everything. There'll be the US and the EU and like whatever. Like we plan on doing the whole news first, so we can give you guys any and all information that we found out from the week between Miss Toast and Margaret, and then have our little community spotlight. Sorry, I'm hiccuping over here. Our little community spotlight, and then head into just kind of like the meat and potatoes of chatting about, you know, the alpha or the beta or the apocalypse, whatever we're able to get into at the time. But yeah, so I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I've certainly enjoyed this. We're gonna be working on making it very just conversational, so we'll be responding to you guys a lot more in the new podcast that I was initially. Not because you guys aren't important to us in the previous versions of the podcast, but because with 4 people, there's only so much time that we have to get 4 people's opinions in and make it still within a timely thing. Yes, Woodchip, we plan on streaming every Friday at 5 p.m. PST. I actually went ahead and fixed it down below. So if you scroll down a little bit into the description, there's a little box about like when we're going live. It says live now currently, but when we get off, it'll give a countdown to when we're next going live. And also, I stream Mondays and Wednesdays on my own on a regular basis, but I'll probably be doing Thursdays, maybe. Thursdays or Sundays here. It really depends on when the okay, I'm back. I just missed you for a couple of welcome back, Woodchip. We missed you guys too.
Yes, yeah. We were just talking about that, like we've been gone for way too long.
Yeah.
Way too long. We're really, really missing it.
I got really sick over the winter, and then like his finals, and then just holidays. Holidays are a thing where if you blink, you just wake up in the new year.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, as she was saying, like we're gonna be doing the podcast streaming on a more consistent schedule. It's gonna be Fridays at 5 p.m. PST, as she said. She's gonna be doing streaming a couple times a week, and I have enough other things going on, especially with my timing at work. That
oh my gosh,
hey,
Woodchip, thank you so much for the sub. We appreciate that. That's actually another thing I'm going to work on, because we're going to be more of a conversation podcast. I'd like to do a notification for that now. I was keeping from it before, but I'd like to do something kind of small and cute. But yeah, don't worry, the sub badges are coming. We're just working that out, but yeah, thank you so much, Woodchip. We really appreciate the support. And it really helps add to the podcast. Sorry, but you were saying.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that I'll be trying to work in some of my own game streaming as well. I'm just trying to figure out the best day for it. It might end up being Fridays after we get done with this stream, or maybe take like a couple-hour break to just knock out whatever else we need to do, eat some food, hit the gym, because that's another healthy choice we've been making, is getting back into the gym. At least 5-6 days a week we're going now, so it's a good thing. You'd be surprised how much better you feel if you're not doing the gym thing. Just do a little bit of something every once in a while. It's especially important when you're gaming and you sit around a lot playing games. Keep your health up. Keep your health up. That's what sticks with you forever. But enough of preaching on that. But yeah, it might be after we like hit the gym and eat some food, and then I'll be back to stream after that. Also thinking about Thursday evenings after I get off of work at around midnight on Thursdays Pacific. I'll see if I can gauge the feels on that and see if anybody would actually be around during that time. Maybe do it anyway, just for our European brethren that aren't exactly on at all hours of the day that is convenient for us here. Maybe make some stream time hours convenient for them, and maybe that'll be a thing that I do. But we'll see. We'll see. My times will be added to the official schedule down below as soon as I get them dialed in. And as we make changes, it'll always be updated, and we're going to be sticking to them.
And also, I just want to also throw out there that in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be kind of in a flux with that. And we might even do 2 times a week each. You just talking about that, like Thursday night, just gave you an idea. Like, he could do Thursday night and maybe another day during the day or something. And I can do both Thursday day and Sunday days as well, and that way it kind of gives a little bit of a variety and whatnot, and maybe I can kind of give you guys some sneak peeks on Sundays or even Thursdays. I could probably debut my what I'm working on for my YouTube for Ashes of Creation, since it's related, you know. But yeah, we're looking forward to getting to know you guys a lot more and incorporating that that sense of community that we have. And we really want to build it, and we really want you guys to be able to come and just talk about whatever and just debate and theory craft and all that other good stuff. Like, we're open to what you guys think and what you guys are upset about, what you're excited about. Like, we want to know. We're honestly interested. So, and I hope you guys are interested in what we have to say. I mean, you're here for this long, so we're really grateful that you guys are supporting us by even watching, because, I mean, without you guys, why would we be here?
Yep, exactly. Just stopping by, and I mean, time is precious, so the fact that you're spending it on us is great in itself. So just stopping in, you drop a comment here or there, or even just watch, and it's appreciated for sure. But that being said, we should probably go ahead and wrap up. This actually went on a lot longer than we were planning. We thought it was going to be just a quick little thing because it's kind of a slow news week, but we wanted to at least let you guys know where we were at with the podcast, the changes that we were making, where we're going to be going in the future, how we're going to be structuring things, just to at least let you know that we are still strong. We're still with it. We're still pushing forward. Just got to shift it up a little bit and kind of ride the waves as they come at us.
AOC Santa stopping by with goodies? Maybe one day. I think also, I think that's also what I'd like to put our subscriber funds that we get from you guys towards, is getting merch to give back to you guys.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to be some of the prime goal with any subscription funds that we get, is going to be towards things like Z was talking about, how, you know, there's no shipping to Europe right now. So like when we do giveaways and whatnot, it's going to end up being stuff that we buy with the subscription money, and then the subscription money will also help support sending it, like shipping to overseas to people in like Australia, Europe, and such like that. So it's our first priority with any subscription money is literally to give it back to you guys in different forms, even if it is like increasing our visual presence, like getting better artwork for our whatnot on the page here and on the Twitter, and making a more pleasing visual. I mean, besides this mug right here, a more pleasing visual presentation. But aside from that, yeah, like buying some extra goodies outside what we're just gonna use personally and being able to send it out to you. That I think it would feel like a really rewarding way for us to spend that.
And I'm going to go ahead and kind of wrap this up a little bit. I'd like to say thank you guys so much for your follows, for your viewership, and for your subscriptions. And I would like to let you know we are a podcast, so I will be putting this up shortly. We have some from our older podcast that I'm catching up on to upload and whatnot, but this will be edited just a little bit, not like completely like chopped up or anything, but edited, smoothed out, the levels made nice, and then thrown up onto the YouTube channel we have, which is currently Ashes of Creation, or Ashes Party of 5, sorry, but Ashes of Creation oriented only, but eventually I'm going to change that to the Golden Feather. So if you see the Golden Feather pop up, that's us, I promise. And also SoundCloud and iTunes, because I know we have some fans on iTunes. So sorry for being so behind on all of that. Incidentally, with being sick and being busy throughout the holidays, we haven't been able to catch up with the podcast that we've already have recorded from past live casts. So
They're all coming out. Be ready to see some spam. I think we have, like, including this one, like 4 more videos to put out, and then ideally it's gonna all happen by Monday or Tuesday. But we'll see how much I can get done.
And I'll be as quick as I can with throwing that up there. So do you want to go ahead and start us for the closeout?
Alrighty. So again, Virtek or DJ Virtek. You're gonna find me as that everywhere you look. Kind of a noob on all the social platforms, just because I don't do the social platform thing very much. I'm trying to change that up here. She's more the social butterfly than I am, so she does it. She has a lot more presence there. Me, I just like doing things. I like doing things. I don't post about doing those things as often. But again, you can never start a habit too late. So we'll see. I'm gonna do more photo stuff, more music stuff, and definitely more Golden Feather stuff.
And I'm here on Twitch. I'm here on YouTube on YouTube/Chibi Bree. I'm on Twitter as Chibi Bree, CheeBiBree. And I have 2 Instagram accounts. One is gaming, one is cosplay. They're both Chibi Bree. One of them's .dg for the gaming. So yeah, if you guys want to follow us, or you can even join our Discord. I will also get the official Ashes Discord put into the commands here, so that way if anybody new comes, they want to join the official Ashes of Creation Discord, they can just type in !AOC Discord, and that'll pop up. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys again. I think I'll go ahead and kick us off on Sunday. I might stream some Kingdom Hearts. I'll probably be in a cosplay. We'll see. But yeah, I'm excited to hang out with you guys again, and we're excited to get this going. So thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Adios.